Okay, in these next two videos, because I know I can't fit them in one, we're going to do a quick overview of the pronouns. And pronouns are words that replace nouns or noun phrases. Okay, and I will abbreviate noun phrases such. They are closed. Okay, it is very difficult to create new pronouns, get everybody to agree on creating new pronouns, and they go out of fashion fairly slowly, although we're going to show a couple that have are either going out of fashion or have gone out of fashion in the last 100 or so years. Okay, they are grammatical, meaning that they exist to support the syntax, the mechanics of the language. And I want to introduce an important term, antecedent. Okay. And if pronouns replace nouns or noun phrases, then the antecedent is the noun or noun phrase replaced by the pronoun. Okay, so every pronoun somewhere, hopefully not too far away, is an antecedent. Okay, so the first ones we're going to talk about are the personal pronouns. Okay, and these are the pronouns that change person and number. In most cases, they change person and number to match the antecedent, but in one case we'll find out they change their person and number depending on who possesses, who owns the antecedent. And we have different sets depending on how they're used in the sentence. So we have the subject pronouns. Okay, these are used to replace a noun phrase that's in the subject position in the sentence. And they are I, you, he, she, it, we, you again, they, and one. And these are the first person singular, second person singular, three versions of the third person singular, male, female, and either we don't know or does not have a gender. And then we have the first person plural, the second person plural, the third person plural, and the indefinite. Okay, and the indefinite can be used in a sentence to replace any of the singular pronouns. Okay, and these are used. So I run, you run, he runs, she runs, it runs, we run, you run, one runs. Okay, and the okay, but now if it's replacing the object, either the object of a verb or the object of a preposition, then we have a different set. Me, you, him, her, it, us, you, them, and one. Okay, so gave me, gave you, gave him, gave her, to me, to you, to him, to her. Okay, so as either the object of a preposition, of a verb or a preposition. Okay, now these are a little bit different. If we have a noun phrase that has a possessive determiner, Bill's or my or your or our, say dog, so our dog, then we have another set of possessives, so mine, yours. Whoop. I forgot a letter on that last one. Yours, his, hers, its, no apostrophe, ours, yours again, theirs, and one's. Okay? And in this case, the person and number that they agree with is not the person and number of the head of the noun phrase. So, my dog. Okay, well, dog would be third person singular. But no, we would use mine. So we'd go back to, in the possessive, we go back to whoever owns the head of the noun phrase. Okay, so that's a little different. Okay, and then finally we have the reflexive. And the reflexive are object pronouns. They're used in the as the object of a verb or the object of a preposition, but they indicate that the object and the subject are the same. Okay, and I'm going to have to write these at an angle because they're kind of long, and they are myself. Okay, I am going to read to myself. Okay, in this case, the object of the preposition is the same as the subject. Okay, yourself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves. Okay, your selves, them, selves, and oneself. Okay, and just a quick note, in almost everywhere else in English, the second person singular and the second person plural forms are the same, but not with the reflexives. Okay, yourself and yourselves, they're actually different. So just something to watch out for. I know you see a pattern and then somebody breaks the pattern. Okay, now the personal pronouns, if we think again of grammar as a technology, as a communication technology, the personal pronouns are a very powerful technology. Okay, because they allow us to speak with insufficient information to use a noun. Okay, so and they become more efficient. We don't have to repeat ourselves. But the most powerful thing is that you don't have to know my name to know that I'm referring to myself in the first person singular. More importantly, I don't have to know your name to refer to you in the second person singular or the second person plural. Okay, and I don't have to know the name of the he, she, or it that we may be talking about. I don't have to, list all the names in the we, so it makes it more efficient. But the fact that I don't have to know the names is really very powerful, because, for instance, especially in this internet world we're in here, according to YouTube, some of you who are watching my videos are in India, and at least one of you is in Nigeria. Okay, and those are both big places with a lot of people, and there's very little chance of me getting over there and actually finding out what your names are so I can use your names. Okay, it's just not going to happen. Okay, but again, we can still communicate, and whoever, I don't even have to know who's going to watch these videos. When I say you need to put the, or you need to invert the auxiliary and the subject in order to make a question, okay, I don't need to know who you are. You can listen to it and you can say, oh yeah, he's talking to me, and you can go ahead and follow the instructions, okay, and follow the rules. So these really are a very powerful function, and it would be almost impossible to figure out how to hold a conversation without the personal pronouns. Okay, so, I did say that some of them have gone out. Now, the indefinite ones are in the process of going out. You don't see them very often, but you may run into them. They're still in the dictionary. And but I promise you I'd give you the ones that have really kind of gone away, except that the books written with them are still around. And specifically, the books I'm thinking about are the King James Version of the Bible, which, by the way, is 400 years old this year as I'm recording this. The Book of Common Prayer, which is a little bit older in the Anglican Church, which is where we get our marriage vows and things like that from. And the plays of Shakespeare, okay? And that is the second person singular familiar. And familiar is important because even back then they were used between members of a family or between close friends. And they are thou, it's the subject pronoun. Thee is the object pronoun. Thine and thyself. Okay? And so you'll still run into those if you hear excerpts from the Bible, or you go to watch a Shakespeare or read a Shakespeare play. And some people have gone and retranslated Shakespeare to get rid of all the these and thines and thyself. But I really think you're probably better off knowing what they mean and learning to understand Shakespeare the way he wrote it. So, but again, you won't find anybody creating anything new, or very, very few people creating anything new with thou, thee, thine, and thyself. So, with that, I'm going to stop here and go make another video, and we'll come back and talk about the pronouns that don't change with person and number.